Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, one and all. The monthly Gold Rush Pro Wrestling tradition continues as we are now here in the month of February, live from the gold mine, as we bring to you the love of gold. I am Matthew Thiel, the greatest mind in professional wrestling, sitting alongside Joey Gonzo.
Who?
Tony Gonzalez?
Yeah, what? Who? Joey Gonzo? Who's that?
You have an identical twin brother running around participating in battle royals.
Not to my knowledge, I hope. I don't need some guy going around soloing my good name, okay?
Oh, understood. All right, well, I'm here with Tony Gonzalez.
Yes, Tony Gonzalez.
Bringing to you the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling action live.
What's with you, man?
Here on YouTube. I guess you weren't paying attention last month. But that's fine. That's fine. You can go back to YouTube. You can check it out. You can see what we did last month.
That's right. We had last month we had our big Band Slam event, and this is coming off the heels of that.
Absolutely.
Tonight, especially with our big main event.
The big main event, a brand new champion to Gold Rush Pro Wrestling, the King, Big Dalton Frost, puts that newly won belt on the line once again against the God Killer Synn.
Well, let me tell you something. That big God Killer Synn. Oh, hold on. We got Josh Medeiros, David.
Presents the Love of Gold. My name is Josh Medeiros. I'm going to be your ring announcer for tonight, and we have a hot one in store for you. So, without any further ado, let's get started with our first match of the evening.
Well, I did have a few words about our main event, but I guess we get started here.
And it is a tag team match.
We are starting off the night with incredible tag team
Your official for this
action.
contest, referee Jimmy Mac.
And a ring announcer that just goes on and on and on, Tony, but that's all right. This is Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. We are happy to work as a team to bring you the action live on YouTube.
Introducing first.
But yeah, starting off as a tag team match, but tonight the main event, a lumberjack match for the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship of the world.
That's right. After that chaotic no DQ match at Band Slam, King Frost coming out on top as the brand new Gold Rush Heavyweight Champion, and Synn gets his rematch tonight in a lumberjack match.
And of course, people who were involved in that main event last month, we did see the faces of Jeckles and Big B as they tried
their way to the ring from the carnival. Weighing in at 465 pounds. They are the team of Jeckles the Jester and Big B.
They tried to get involved in that no disqualification match, but one half of their opponents, Jody Christopherson, came out for the rescue to help his friend King Dalton Frost in that match, make sure that the numbers game didn't come into play.
Which leads us to this big opening tag match tonight, as you see Jeckles the Jester and Big Buzzer Rogers daddy. Big Buzzer Rogers, the big man from excuse me, Big B, who likes to buzz Jaspies in the middle of the ring here, and he is
gosh, he's stopping us. The match isn't over yet. I don't know what you want. Is there some sort of sacrifice we need to make in the name of Jekyll? Listen, I know that Cal Jack and Jody Christopherson are the two toughest guys that you could find in the locker room at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. But anytime I see Jeckles and Big B make their way out to the ring, I'm scared and belittled into a time of complete.
That's right, Big B, intensity in 10 cities is that gentleman right there. And of course, Jeckles the Jester, having made his stamp on pro wrestling in this area for a very long time now, but tonight they have a very big
Well, I think that's
problem on their hands.
That's a great way of describing the next tag team that we're about to see come out
big
through the curtain right now.
That's big.
That's big. Oh, okay. Gonzo Gonzalez?
What?
I'm just going to try to call the match as I see it and not be distracted by the shenanigans to my right. Well, there he is, and you see Jordan
making their way to the ring with a combined weight of 542 pounds. They are the team of Cal Jack and your 2019 Band Slam Cup winner, War Pig Jody.
Again, we're on the same page. The ring announcer and I, the War Pig Jody, your Band Slam Cup winner, outlasting the entire Gold Rush Pro Wrestling roster to earn the right to carry that trophy and turn that in for a championship opportunity at his choosing in the future. But tonight he is totally focused on the carnival, the Pinky Show Carnival. And the fact that they got involved in the no disqualification match last month. Cal Jack and Christopherson psyching themselves up for this tag team match. Have a lot to prove when they bring the Hurt over to the carnival here tonight.
That's right, Big Cal Jack making a name for himself here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. Of course, War Pig Jody, who has made his return after almost a year off from serious neck issues, coming back in a big way by winning the 2019 Band Slam Cup, which indeed puts him in line. He's the next number one. He's the next in line for a shot at the Gold Rush Heavyweight Championship.
Well, we're going to see how that Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Championship, who holds that championship after the main event here today, that could have a huge impact on the decisions that Christopherson can make as the #1 contender. Does he want to fight someone he is close to, like Big Dalton Frost, or will he try to get a measure of revenge against the Nightmare Synn, depending on how that main event comes out here tonight?
That's right, Jody Christopherson starting off here with Jekyll's, who is just freaking me out, man. Oh gosh.
He's so scary and so intense when he makes his way to the ring, but as soon as that bell rings, the smile crawls across the face of Jekyll's the Jester. You know that playtime is on.
Yes, Jekyll's, this is his domain, and he is here to play, and he plays with the big boys, and Jody Christopherson, he is one big boy.
Well, the collar and elbow tie-up comes up nothing between the two of them. Jody Christopherson and Jekyll's the Jester, both graduates of the APW boot camp back when it was held in the garage in Inwood, California. Very similar training styles underneath their belts, but very different careers these two men have led ever since graduating from the boot camp.
That's right, Daddy. And Jekyll's the Jester, he claims he from Chinatown, Daddy. And of course, we all know that, excuse me, we all know that Jody Christopherson, he called Hawaii home for a very long time, of course, has made his way all over the United States of America, of course, was a part of NXT, as a lot of us remember, of course, back here in the Bay Area, making a name for himself here. And
that's where the War Pig and the Cal Jack originally met, originally formed their friendship backstage at NXT. And the two mooses meet right in the middle of the ring. Christopherson not able to take Jekyll's off of his feet. Both men charging in, double tackle again, bouncing off of each other's bodies.
I don't know if you saw the look on Jody Christopherson's eyes, just begging Jekyll's to collide with him one-on-one, and now here we go, trading shots back and forth, Daddy.
Exchanging forearms back and forth. Christopherson seems to have gotten the advantage. Jekyll running with that short, big boot. That was enough to daze Christopherson, but not take him off his feet, and a claw to the eyes. No, Christopherson reversing that whip and taking Jekyll's right off of his feet.
That Jody Christopherson, he is as tough as a $2 steak. And a lot stronger.
Fisherman suplex takes the Jester down, who rolls out of the ring to break any sort of momentum that Christopherson had been building in this match.
That's right, Daddy. And let me tell you one thing about Jody Christopherson. Once he gets the momentum on his side, there is no stopping him. He's virtually unstoppable.
Well, like a charging, just, pig in the wild. You can't stop the tusks that are chasing you through the jungles and onto the beach. Same thing applies to the War Pig, and he proved it last month when he won the 2019 Band Slam Cup. And Jekyll's is just taking all of the time. I think they got up to 7 before Jekyll's got back in the ring.
Jekyll's with the veteran instincts. Not only was he taking his time, he was maybe trying to psych out Jody a little bit, maybe even trying to lure him outside to maybe get some dirty tactics, but Jody didn't fall for it.
If you think the ring is where Jekyll's toy box is, just meet him on the outside and you'll see where his real toys are.
Oh, absolutely. That's an entire sandbox.
towards Jekyll's tagging in. Big B was the legal man. Now Caljak also getting the tag. We got a couple of fresh competitors in there.
That's
Like
right.
this match has been rebooted back to zero.
Caljak with the amateur wrestling background, a graduate of Oregon State, and a collegiate champion going in there with Big B. There's nothing fancy I can say about Big B except he likes to fight. He likes to stomp Jaspy.
I don't know if you can consider Grizzly Caljak a Jaspy, and I'm pretty sure B is learning that lesson right now. B breaking contact coming in. Caljak catches the boot and sends B face first right to the mat with his own momentum, and a short kick right to the side of the head is enough to get B down, going for the cover. Now lateral press, only a 2 count. Big B kicking out.
Amazing agility by Caljak, who, if I'm not mistaken, is probably around 6'3", maybe almost 295. For him to be able to do a handspring into a super kick, impressive, Matthew Theo.
As I understand it, he goes back up to the forests of Oregon on a regular basis to just fallen tree trunks to just carry from one side to the other as part of his training regimen.
That's right. As we've mentioned before, Caljak versed in many, many combat styles other than amateur wrestling.
Flying into the face of Big B, almost all she wrote, but B kicking out of that pinfall attempt.
Big B quickly learning that Caljak is a black belt in Karate, Matthew Theo.
Karate and Bear Jitsu, I believe is what
That's
you said
right,
last
Bear
time.
Jitsu, that's correct. And look at that, effortlessly just throwing Big B around, which is not an easy task.
Picking him up like he's absolutely nothing and just tossing him back down to the edge of the ring. You can see that's where this collegiate amateur style of wrestling comes into play, trying to roll B on his shoulders for that pinfall.
Big B, however, able to reverse it into an armbar, into a crossface, into a front face lock here. Impressive by Big B, who we usually just know as this bulldozer with only one motion, and that's forward, but impressive mat work here by Big B.
Pulling at the eyes of Caljak. Doesn't seem to have done anything other than irritate the man. But B now just laying into the face of Caljak with strikes and a big chop across the chest. B throwing the face of Caljak into his corner. Jekyll's laughing, loving every contact that's made, enjoying the sound that's made with flesh. It's flesh. Taking Christopherson off of the apron with a forearm. B and Jekyll's have Caljak separated. Jekyll's whipping his own partner in the corner. Caljak sidesteps and Jekyll's coming in, meets his own partner in the corner.
What does Caljak have in store here?
Caljak charging in like a freight train, putting all of his weight into the carnival. Caljak now whipping Jekyll's across the ring into the opposite turnbuckle. Another charging attack coming in, planting into B, coming in one more time into Jekyll's. Caljak, this time B sidesteps and Jekyll's catches B with that boot. Standing drop kick by B takes Caljak off of his feet, and Christopherson missed it all.
Caljak was absolutely a one-man wrecking crew until Jekyll's, oh man, that looked brutal, until Jekyll's, with that quick move out of the way, that led to that double team maneuver by the Carnival. Oh no!
Jody Christopherson taking his eyes off of Jekyll's for a mere moment.
And that forearm was directly to the back of the neck of War Pig Jody, the same neck that was injured not too long ago, and this could be serious trouble for Man Bear Pig.
Christopherson barely getting back up to his feet now as B goes for the cover on the Caljak. Jimmy Mack a little bit split between what he needs to focus on. No, he's choking it. Big B's choking him.
Jimmy Mack temporarily distracted by a rightfully furious War Pig Jody, and nothing that Jody can do about it except wait on the apron and grab that tag rope. He has to wait for Caljak to make his way to the tag to get him in this match.
The Carnival has definitely successfully separated Caljak away from his partner, Jody Christopherson. But Caljak continuing to find a way to fight back, but B just brings it right back with those forearms to the face,
Man,
taking Jack right back down.
Let me tell you something, Daddy. This Big Buzzer Rogers Daddy, Big Buzzer Rogers, he big and he bad, he unstoppable Daddy. But now we have Jekyll's in the ring, and he is taking over, big smile on his face, just mocking War Pig Jody.
Who's the Buzzer Rogers?
Big Buzzer Rogers.
Well, Jekyll's now arrogantly covering Caljack. Only a 2 count. Doesn't take much to kick out of only 1 foot on the chest.
Bit of an arrogant cover there by Jekyll's, but of course he's naturally just playing with Warpig Jody, playing with Caljack, mentally toying with them. He'll mentally toy with you just as much as he's physically toy with you, just like this.
Jekyll sending himself over the top rope and crashing down onto the body of Caljack. Caljack has taken so much punishment over the last couple of minutes. And Kristofferson just playing into the hands of Jekyll's as Jimmy Mack is distracted, allowing the fresh B to come in as if he has tagged his own partner.
Jimmy Mack completely distracted by a still furious Jody Kristofferson, allowing Big B to get the old switcheroo there.
Gotta wonder what's going through the mind of Kristofferson at this point in the match. Last month we saw Carnival try to take apart his friend, Big Dalton Frost, and now they're doing that to his other friend, Caljack here, who kicks out in the nick of time at 2.
You know, Jody Kristofferson and Big Dalton Frost were tag team partners at one point in time, early in their careers. And you know, Jody Kristofferson, he's a great friend of Frost, and you know he also has his eye on that Gold Rush Heavyweight Championship. But right now, he needs to worry about getting his current partner, Caljack, out of the ring so he can take over.
B almost knocking Caljack clean out right in the center of the ring. And instead of going for any kind of cover, B wants to continue the punishment and just reverse curb stomps Caljack. Now sitting on him for the cover. Only a 2 count. Caljack finds the wherewithal to get a shoulder up.
Is that the Jaspy stomping that he talks about on a regular basis? That might be the Jaspy stomping, yeah.
And Caljack now firing up, a couple of strikes, finding a little light at the end of this dark tunnel, but no, Big B gouging at the eyes and tagging in Jekyll's, taking out any sort of forward momentum Caljack was trying to gain. And now a 2-on-1 assault. No, Caljack rolls out of the way. He's tagged in Kristofferson. Here comes the War Pig.
Big double clothesline by a completely fresh, completely ready Jody Kristofferson, taking it to the Carnival Daddy as both these men are scrambling, trying to, oh no.
The War Pig scooping up both members of the Carnival and planting them down in the middle of the ring.
Oh gosh.
A flying senton, sending all of the weight of Kristofferson right in the chest of B and Jekyll's. The War Pig now picking up B like he's a piece of paper. No, Jekyll's desperation boot right to the face.
Oh, look out!
Caljack sending himself over the top rope and taking Jekyll's with him.
And then we got Big B and Jody Kristofferson left in the ring. We have bodies flying everywhere. This match could go either way.
Jekyll's and Caljack on the outside fighting. Big B and the War Pig on the inside. War Pig ducking the foot. Comes in for a huge spear. Spear from the War Pig. And that's it. That's the 3 count.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners. The team of Grizzly Caljack and War Pig Jody. They are Man Bear Pig.
Man Bear Pig getting a measure of revenge against the creepy show Carnival. The War Pig Jody, his tag team partner, the Grizzly Caljack. Man Bear Pig showing the Carnival why they don't try to get involved in the business of your current champion, Big Dalton Frost.
This crowd says it all with the Man Bear Pig chant. Huge victory tonight for Caljack and Jody Kristofferson here at the Love of Gold. And maybe the heavyweight champion, he might not be the only one who has his eyes on Jody Kristofferson after this impressive tag team showcase tonight by these 2 men. The tag team champions could have their eyes on these gentlemen too. Well, anyway, we have Dominic Texerra and that's a newcomer?
From San Lorenzo, California, weighing at 185 pounds, he is the Don, Dominic Texerra!
Now, Dominic Texerra may have come up a little bit short last month at the Band Slam in that 4-way elimination match for the Golden Horseshoe. But he took the winnings that he did get. Even if you lose, you still get paid a little little bit. He
And his opponent.
And wisely invested it in a beautiful new coat.
He got the nicest coat he could find at the Burlington Coat Factory.
No, I mean, that's high-end maintenance stuff right there. It's gotta be. Of course, coming off a 4-way elimination action last month into a one-on-one contest with one of the hottest wrestlers in Gold Rush Pro Wrestling to date.
That's right, a man who's been, well, he's felt really free as of late, and I'm talking about that man right there, Dominic Texerra's opponent for the evening, Ethan White.
Being accompanied by his mother, Snookums, from Berkeley, California, weighing at 232 pounds, he is the American Ideal, Ethan White!
Ethan White coming into this match also coming from a surprising loss last month when he challenged Boyce LeGrand for the Dynamite Division Championship. Did not walk away with the victory then.
Yeah, came up a little short in that contest, of course. Boyce LeGrand at however many days and counting now as champion. I've seriously lost count. But either way, Ethan White looking to make his way back up the ladder here tonight against Dominic Texerra and what should be a fantastic contest between two gold mine graduates.
This is an important match for the rankings and standings of the Dynamite Division. Ethan White finding himself on the bottom of the stack after losing to Boyce LeGrand last month. Has a way to climb his way back up that ladder in this match against Dominic Texerra, who gets taken off of his feet with a huge clothesline and a back elbow. Texerra thinking he's going to get another strike, wisely diving out of the way. You might think that's a little bit of cowardice, but no, it's not. It's wisdom.
Very smart move by Dominic Texerra. Of course, as you mentioned before, he's part of that fatal 4-way we had last month for the Golden Horseshoe, which was won by Derek Slade, who we will see here later tonight. Of course, Dominic Texerra looking to make his way up the ranks here in Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. But to do that, you have to get past one of the pillars of the gold mine in Ethan White.
Ethan White, pillar of the gold mine is a great way to describe him. He has been a fixture of Gold Rush Pro Wrestling for the last several years. Going off with huge battles against the likes of Manny Mars and Alexander G. Bernard.
And Dominic Texerra over here getting in the face of Mrs. White, which is a bad idea to do right in front of her son.
Whoa, Mrs. White needs to make sure that she keeps that purse at bay and she might find her son disqualified.
Yeah, usually we see Mrs. White in the crowd cheering on her son. Ow. That sounded like it hurt. Ethan White just having fun here with his opponent, Dominic Texerra, here tonight at the Love of Gold.
Everybody always seems to find a way to get into Mrs. White's face, and that never makes Ethan a happy man.
No, absolutely not.
Ethan White now standing leg drop, putting all that weight onto the neck of Dominic Texerra, who kicks out.
And let me tell you something about Ethan White, Daddy. He's tougher than a $2 steak. You know, we've seen him in some great hardcore matches here inside the gold mine. Of course, who can forget that classic, Daddy, with that Panora Prince Manamars, baby, that went all over the place, even went off the roof of the gold mine here in Pacifica.
I'm certainly never going to forget that. Dominic Texerra, knife edge chop to the chest of Ethan White. Picks him up, takes him down with that tongue drop into a side suplex.
A nice little combo there by Dominic Texerra. Dominic Texerra, as he gets the 2 count, Dominic Texerra has all the potential in the world to be a star here in Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. Sure, you may not like his attitude or his fancy coats or his $100,000 grill. Has he told you about his grills that he wears?
He's told me all about the grills.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about the grills. But Dominic Texerra, he definitely has all the tools to be a big player here in the gold mine, Daddy.
Just continuing to go around and around that carousel, watching that brass ring goes by. If he could just reach out just another half inch, Dominic Texerra will have everything that he needs in order to be a champion here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling, and he's very fit.
I mean, it's pretty easy to do 2 push-ups, really.
Lateral press cover, only a 2 count. Ethan White kicking out. Dominic Texerra with a placed boot right into the small of the back. Just scratching at the back of Ethan White and choking him on that middle rope. Dominic Texerra trying to wear down his opponent.
What is this?
Coming, running over the top rope. A running boot to the side of the face of Ethan White.
Referee Steve De La Torre trying to get control of the action here inside the ring.
Does this referee have?
He has plenty of last names, Matthew Theall, but dominant Texerra. Oh, no, reversal.
Texerra ducking under the clothesline, catches Ethan White and takes him down with a short arm clothesline of his own. You saw Ethan White's head just bounce off of the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling logo.
Well, as I mentioned before, Ethan White, he is tougher than a $2 steak. But that was a vicious clothesline thrown by Texerra, who's now making his way to the top rope, it looks like, as you see Mrs. White in the background giving a little bit of the bad mouth and also trying to cheer her son on.
Very worried for her son, but Texerra may be taking a little bit too much time getting up to that middle rope. But he seems to have Ethan White in his grasp. No, White pushes Texerra off, comes charging in with an axe handle. Ethan White now just throwing Texerra into the corner. White charging forward, meeting Texerra in that corner with a splash. Ethan White circling around one more time, charging in. Texerra getting a boot up right in the nick of time.
Great agility.
Rolling through the clothesline, coming off that rope, but no, Ethan White connects with that straight fist to the side of the face.
Nothing fancy about that, a square punch to the jaw, and now rolling him over for what looks like a Texas cloverleaf.
He's got him cinched into that Texas cloverleaf, and Texerra taps out. Ethan White takes home the win.
Winner by submission, the American Ideal, Ethan White.
Ethan White finishing off dominant Texerra with that big right hand, followed by that Texas cloverleaf made famous by Dean Malenko. And Ethan White gets the Duke here tonight at the Love of Gold,
Oh, good job for Ethan White. This is going to do wonders for his standings in the Dynamite division. Gotta think that Boyce LeGrand was watching this wherever he is. He's not backstage today, surprisingly enough.
I have not seen Boyce LeGrand here all day. I'd like to know what all that's about, to be honest.
Ethan White going to take his mom out for a night on the town to celebrate. Maybe hit a Texas Roadhouse.
Hey, Dominic.
Texas Roadhouse.
Hard-fought match. Apologies on the loss there. Your loss record, unfortunately, is getting dangerously close to that of one Alexander Bernard, who is actually currently on review. So, what's going on? Are you worried that your head's going to be on the chopping block soon?
Dominic Texerra slapping the taste right out of Bruno Beretta's mouth.
Look, Dominic Texerra just went through a hard-fought loss here, and I gotta admit that was probably not the best question asked me.
Bruno trying to fight back. Bruno fighting back. He's sending Texerra into the ropes, and Texerra runs. Texerra dives right out of the ring, running away from Bruno Beretta.
Bruno Beretta, hey. Me and Bruno Beretta, we've both trained in the gold mine. And I know for a fact he is on the come up. He is hungry. And for Dominic Texerra to pull that kind of stuff on him is not cool. And Bruno Beretta is not going to take it.
I apologize for the unprofessionalism. That's not it. I've overstayed my welcome. Let me pass you back to the true ring announcer of Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. Please give it up for Josh Erupts.
Well, we'll leave it at home for you fans to decide who was in the wrong there. Was it Bruno's line of questioning, or was it Dominic Texerra's response? Now, this is one of the most exciting matches of the night coming.
Wait a minute. This, I'm sorry, we don't have this on our format here tonight. Do you have this on your format?
I have slated another huge Dynamite division.
Oh no! Speaking of Dynamite division.
Well, Lucian Delight's here. That's great to see.
Yeah, fantastic.
But Boyce LeGrand isn't here, though.
That's weird.
Well, I'm sure we're going to hear from the man. Let's find out what he has to say.
Before we get on with any other action, I know what each and every one of you losers are wondering to yourselves right now. I know the truth hurts, but look at your neighbor and tell me he's not a loser. Now, conspicuous by his absence, you guys are not seeing tonight the longest reigning Dynamite Division Champion of all time at 1,468 days and counting. And for those of you who been 4 years strong as your Dynamite Division champion. And because Boyce Grant has defended that championship night in, night out in front of all you idiots, successfully, I have given him the night off, so you do not get to see the Dynamite Division champion.
Boyce LeGrand getting the standing ovation.
I don't know why you guys are clapping, because your lives will never be the same with Boyce LeGrand not defending that championship tonight. But while he's not here, the best manager in the business, Lucian Delight, is here. You guys should recognize greatness, because it's not every day you have such a delightful sight in front of you. But you see, I'm not here on pleasure, I'm here on business, because with Boyce LeGrand out tonight, I'm looking for a new client to join my stable. So, there are a few guys I do have in mind. There is an Angel of Flight, Mike Matthews. He's been doing some big stuff, so I'm very curious to see how he does tonight. And then there's All That Keatonberg. He's doing good stuff too. And then of course there's the Flying Lion, Marcus Lewis. And if I'm not mistaken, 2 of those guys are in action right now, right? So I think I'm going to take a close look. So Joy Gonzo, if you don't mind getting up, let me do my thing, because I'm going down there. If you can bring those guys out there so I can get a close look at them, please.
Who is Joey Gonzo?
I think that he means you, Tony Gonzalez.
Like, is this
Listen,
like...
while you're in the back, because Lucian's obviously going to take the seat.
Is this a rib?
No, but while you're in the back, take a look at last month's Band Slam Battle
All
right, I'll get up, man. Don't
your official for this contest, referee Jimmy Mack.
just keep my seat warm for my daddy.
Introducing first.
All right, so it's me, Matt TV, the greatest mind in professional wrestling, now joined with the bright Lucian Delight.
That is right, Matthew. I don't think this commentary table has seen 2 great minds like ours combined together.
From San Jose, California, weighing in at 165 pounds, Marcus is the Flying Lion.
Well, first things first, Lucian, thank you so much for the compliment when you sat down at the table. It's not often people say nice things to you. It's excellent.
Well, game recognizes game, Matthew, and you are one of the greatest managers, sitting alongside one of the current greatest managers.
Well, that's great. Well, now that we have these pleasantries out of the way, we can totally focus on why you're here right now, and that is to watch Marcus Lewis and one of your new favorite wrestlers,
And his opponent.
go one-on-one.
That is right, and it sounds like here comes Keita now.
So you have a particular interest in both of these men in this one-on-one contest.
Both men very much impressed me, especially at Band Slam this past January, so I'm curious to see what they bring to the table tonight.
Of course, as we all know, there is room a little bit in that stable that you mentioned ever since you,
Ever since we got rid of the dead weight and Buddy Royal and Levi Shapiro, it's okay, you can say it.
Well, I mean, you have your way of looking at it, I have mine, which might be a little bit
My way is the only way, Matthew. Come on, I just gave you compliments, don't mess it up.
Well, the incredibly popular
From Nickelodeon Studios, weighing in at 3,000 liters of orange soda, he is all that
Lucian, I know that you've seen this very close up and personal recently. Peter Murray made a huge impact on the Band Slam Cup last month. Not only did he make it to the finals of the 4-way elimination match he was in, but he was also responsible for the elimination of the Dynamite Division champion, Boyce LeGrand, in that battle royal itself.
See, why you gotta bring up old stuff?
It's very recent.
It's old. This is a new month. That was January. This is February. We're looking at return over new leaf right now. So we will not bring up the fact that he eliminated Boyce LeGrand. Luckily, in the Battle Royal, it was a fluke. It wouldn't happen again.
It was a fluke. It was a heat of the moment thing. He found an opportunity. Boyce was a little distracted by the gloriousness that he was putting forward in the ring. And
exactly. It was a delightful sight. Boyce got distracted. Kita capitalized, and I can't lie. That's part of why I'm looking at him now, because I do see his potential as the course.
Well, it sounds like the fans of the Gold Mine also see the potential in Kita Murray. And you know that this match is going to have a heavy stake in the standings of the Dynamite division. It is entirely possible that the winner of this match might be very well the next recipient of a championship match against Boyce LeGrand.
Sorry, did you say recipient of a championship match against Boyce LeGrand, or the recipient of a clothesline from Hell as well as a LeGrand finale from Boyce LeGrand?
I mean, that's entirely possible that's how that match may turn out. We've seen it time and time again, month after month, over the last 1,468 days.
And counting.
And counting.
And counting. And counting. See, it's about time you had someone over here who could actually do that job and do it well. Make sure that you get those and countings.
Is there a minimum amount of and countings you want me to make sure I hit?
There should never be less than 3.
Less than 3, okay.
Never less than 3.
Okay. All right, you have that note. And look at the sportsmanship here with Marcus Lewis and Kita Murray.
Sportsmanship is very overrated. I don't care what anyone says. Sportsmanship can go out the door.
Pro wrestling fans sure seem to have appreciated that sign of good sportsmanship as both men now kind of feeling each other out here in the early stages of this match. Now, I don't know, and maybe you can tell me, is this the first time that Marcus Lewis and Kita Murray have found each other across the ring?
It is the very first time that they have faced off in singles contests.
All right. So I'm sure each man has a lot to prove to one another and a lot to prove to Lucian Delight.
I think you should say a lot to prove to Lucian Delight first and then to one another, because we all know I am the most important factor to this match.
Well, this is a gold mine, no pun intended, of commentary notes with the bright Lucian Delight.
I like that.
A little bit of a lull here in the energy, but both men trying to feel each other up. The fans just enraptured early on in this contest to get a collar and elbow tie-up. Marcus Lewis using his strength to push Kita Murray into the corner, but no, Murray reverses at the last moment.
And the thing that I really like about this contest is that both men are so evenly matched, it's kind of hard to see who gets the upper hand here.
And we're absolutely seeing that play out now.
I think the gold mine is a little torn between who they'd like to cheer for as well.
If you were here in person and tried to make it next month to Gold Rush Pro Wrestling, if you weren't able to make it out here tonight, but the feeling in the gold mine, oh my goodness!
You could hear that from here.
Absolutely, that tension in the gold mine you could cut with a knife, broken by the kick of Marcus Lewis into the midsection. Oh no! Oh no! Kita Murray caught him.
He caught him.
I can't believe it. Kita Murray showing the straight catch in Marcus Lewis. Lewis now may have jammed his knee a little bit coming down. But now kicking the feet right out of under all that.
Oh, that knee looks fine now. You see that excellent kick up by the flying lion.
All right. Marcus Lewis may be toying with his opponent, trying to draw him in a little bit with a fake injury.
Yeah, like a lion getting ready to stalk on his prey.
That is 100% accurate, and like that same line, just stalking Kita Murray in that corner. European uppercut rockets the challenger into that corner.
Now, I must say, Matthew, seeing these two guys up close and personal, it one, feels good to not have them wrestling Boyce LeGrand right now. But I'm kind of torn, too, just like this audience here, in terms of who would be the better client for the bright Lucian Delight.
Well, it's two evenly matched men as they are, both very impressive in their careers so far, both ready and poised to make huge impacts at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. It is a hard choice between the two of them.
Oh.
A well-placed shot right to the side of the face. Kita Murray coming off of the ropes now, charging in, running knee to the side of the head.
Oh, that looked like that hurt. Oh, insult to injury right there.
A little swirl into the corner. Murray charging in one more time with another thump to the face.
Oh, and look at him styling in profile. Now, you can't tell me that's not directed to me.
That might be directed to you, might be directed to Levi Shapiro.
That loser, come on.
Kita Murray going for the cover, hooking the leg. Only a 2 count. Marcus Lewis kicking out. Kita Murray seemingly finding a way to trap his opponent in the corners for as long as possible.
I'm very impressed with this side of Kita. I haven't really seen this ruthless, aggressive side of him yet.
Closed fists to the side of the head. And another one for good measure, sending Marcus Lewis clear across the ring with it.
I think Kita's definitely trying to show me that he's all that.
Lewis now fighting back. Well-placed shots to the gut, but one kick is all it takes to bring Lewis back down to the ground. Keita Murray now picking up Lewis. Big side suplex.
That might be it.
Going for the cover now. Weak hook of the leg, though.
Oh, look at
Lewis rolling up. 2 count. Barely able to kick out of that crucifix.
That was close.
Very, very close by Marcus Lewis. You've been speaking about the accolades and how great Keita Murray is here in this match, but Marcus Lewis proving that all it takes is 3 seconds and it could be all over.
That is true, and I mean, hey, Marcus Lewis is definitely no slouch. He is impressive in his own right, and I don't think he liked that chop right there, though.
No, Lewis now just absorbing the impact, absorbing the punishment of those chops. It's like they're not even affecting him.
I think that's firing him up, if anything.
Shades of Hulk Hogan just absorbing that abuse, turning it into adrenaline coursing through the body of the Flying Lion.
All right, now, if I was Keita's manager right now, I'd probably tell him to stop.
Keita Murray just seeming to fuel the fire of Marcus Lewis, but a well-placed elbow right to the jaw seems to have taken that fire out of Lewis. No, Lewis with the reversal. Keita Murray, high clothesline, double clotheslines, takes both men down.
That was nice.
Both men thinking clothesline, both men taking each other down to the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling logo.
And see, that's another reason of how just they are so evenly matched. Both men thinking of the same move at the same time.
You really have to give it to Marcus Lewis, who has taken the brunt of the punishment in this match so far. He is still finding a way to climb back to his feet.
There's no fighting Marcus Lewis.
Keita Murray looking to get that quick shot of orange soda back into his system.
Now you see, I think he just spit it out of his system.
It's like Popeye and his spinach, but no! Lewis just taking that shot. Now Keita Murray taking the head off of Lewis. Another clothesline just back and forth.
Oh my God.
Both men clotheslining each other one after the other.
This is insane.
Now Keita Murray, front face lock applied. Lewis floats over the vertical suplex. He catches, he snatches Murray. Keita Murray wiggles out. Well-placed kick right to the back of the head. And a short super kick.
I think he might be out.
Only a 2 count. Not enough. Lewis kicks out.
That was 2 3/3.
2 3/3 is exactly right. Keita Murray, you can see the gears turning in his head, wondering what he's got to do next in order to take Lewis down and out.
And I think Keita has an idea in his head, though, as he's getting up now.
Keita Murray picking up Lewis back to his feet, but Marcus Lewis dropping down to his knees, blocking the vertical suplex attempt. Keita Murray struggling, no!
Here we go.
Lewis turns it into a small package.
So close.
Only a 2 count. Keita Murray coming in, roll up
Here we go.
by Lewis. Only a 2 count again, so close to getting the victory.
Up we go.
Marcus Lewis trying to go for the jackknife pin there. Only a 2 count, one more time. Keita Murray ducking the clothesline to Marcus Lewis, running him in the ropes. Lewis holds on. Spinning kick right to the face.
That might be it.
Marcus Lewis rolling Keita Murray over now. Again, only a 2 count.
I thought he had him.
Only a 2 count.
I thought he had him.
Lucian Delight, who is going to win?
You know what? At this point, either one of you guys would be a great choice to join my team.
Marcus Lewis trying to find more strength.
Did you just pick him up from the floor?
He crawled underneath Keita Murray and picked him up, dead weight, smashing him down to the ground, and now the Flying Lion looks to climb the ropes.
He's going to try and soar, and I think we know what comes next.
Marcus Lewis has Keita Murray well placed. Murray, though, showing signs of life. He's coming back to his feet.
Oh, there you go.
Huge shot to the face of Marcus Lewis. And another one. Marcus Lewis seems to be out on that top rope. A hush has come over the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling audience.
This is very high risk, possibly high reward as well.
Keita Murray front face lock onto Marcus Lewis. Lewis blocking the superplex attempt. Shot to the ribs, another one. A third one now. Looks like Keita Murray is teetering. Murray falls off the second rope. Marcus Lewis is still up there. Marcus Lewis finding his balance, climbing up to the top rope again. Keita Murray one more time, getting up. I don't believe it. Keita Murray's back in that corner.
Did you see that speed and quickness to get up there?
Hops right up there. Marcus Lewis off the top rope. Both men come crashing down, but it looks like Keita Murray might still have some strength left.
I think this is Keita's time.
Keita coming in.
Oh, he got him.
Huge
He got him.
Knee to the temple. Again, only a 2 count. I don't believe it. Only a 2 count. One more
I for sure
time.
thought that was over.
I don't believe what we're seeing here. Marcus Lewis still in this.
Whoa. This is insane. I can't call it at this point. This could go either way.
This has been such an incredible contest. Everyone here is so lucky to see it live right here from the gold mine.
And just to think they're both doing this to impress me. That's the best part of this all.
To impress you, to impress the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling brass. Well placed shot to the gut. Marcus Lewis now. No, Keita Murray. Ace Crusher. Ace Crusher by Keita Murray. Keita Murray has Marcus Lewis lined up, coming in. Another huge kick to the side of the face. Another giving him that swirl. Another swirl. Oh, that Keita Murray. No, catches the boot of Lewis. Catches it. Marcus Lewis, elbow shot to the temple. And an elbow to the temple from Keita Murray now.
Here it is. He landed on his feet. He landed on his feet.
Oh, I don't believe what I'm seeing!
Oh my God! I think he just took his head off.
Charging boot by Marcus Lewis.
He's going up to the top once more.
Marcus Lewis climbing the ropes one more time. Keita Murray seems to be down and out on the mat. Lewis now coming down. 450 splash.
I think this might be it.
And there we go.
There we go.
The win.
Well, it's been a pleasure, but I think I've seen what I needed to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Marcus Lewis.
Lucian Delight getting up from the table to go congratulate Marcus Lewis on his victory. I cannot believe what I have seen here from the gold mine. Joey Gonzo, welcome back to the table. Did you see what we saw there?
Who's Joey Gonzo?
Tony Gonzalez, did you see this incredible match?
Of course, I was in the back watching this incredible matchup. Shoot, we could see you out of your chair the entire time.
It took me off my feet.
Absolutely exciting contest between these two rising stars here inside the gold mine. And now, what is Lucian Delight up to?
Lucian Delight taking a very close look at this match by my side, providing commentary.
He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, not at all, but he was very, very impressed by both men, and specifically Marcus Lewis for winning this match. Seems as though Lucian Delight might be, he's going to chase Marcus Lewis to the back. He wants to talk to him, just totally leaving Keita Murray behind. But huge intergender tag team match coming up for us next. The Lady Luck champion, Lisa Lace, excuse me.
No, she is, and there's her opponent right there making his gold mine debut.
Sacramento, California, weighing at 1 minute and 69. He is Big Baby Powder.
Matthew Theall, Daddy, let me tell you a little something about this Big Baby Powder. He comes from the Virgil Flynn III Productions Wrestling School in Sacramento, California. Of course, the late, great Virgil Flynn. Many, many pupils under his belt, and Big Baby Powder was one of them. I'm not sure about that. I'll ask.
Well, I apologize for my misspoken earlier. For some reason on my notes here, I've got intergender tag team match, which is not the case. But Lisa Lace is in this match, continuing to prove that she will take on all comers.
From San Francisco, California, she is your Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Lady Luck Champion, the Heart of Gold, Lisa Lace.
But Lisa Lace proving to take on all comers, anybody that wants to challenge the Lady Luck champion. can do so. She will say yes so long as you have gone through professional wrestling training. So remember to do that. Go on to Facebook, check out the APW boot camp, learn to do it, and eventually you might find yourself in the ring against the likes of the Lady Luck champion Lisa Lace as well.
That's right, Lisa Lace also a part of that big Band Slam Battle Royal that took place last month. An impressive showing by Lisa Lace until she was unceremoniously thrown out of the ring by Scoot Robertson. But she's back here tonight in big intergender contest. Big Baby Powder making his debut here inside the Gold Mine tonight, and he has quite the task on his hands.
Big Baby Powder ready for this match, ready to impress everybody here at the Gold Mine by taking on Lisa Lace. Gonna check that powder though, make sure it's not, laced with something else.
That's what that smell is. It's baby powder.
Yes.
Wow, I'm just now all putting it all together. Big baby powder.
Big baby,
okay.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. But looks like he might have something to say.
Okay, Big Baby Powder requesting the microphone here after the bell is gone. Weird.
Excuse every one of you. You guys don't even know what you're messing with. First of all, that's why I had to say something. Lisa, you don't know who you're messing with. I'm all man, baby, and I'm all power, and I'm all big baby powder, baby. Y'all are gonna know. Just got something to say though. One thing to say though. One way or another, I'ma make you kiss this ring, baby girl.
He has no idea who he's messing with.
No,
he just found out.
Not. And he definitely needed to learn a lesson from Scoot Robertson last month, because Lisa Lace will bring it to you if you get in her face like that. The Big Baby Powder taken off of his feet. Lisa Lace coming in with another running drop kick, taking her challenger down. Lisa Lace flying cross body, taking Big Baby Powder down one more time. Powder coming in, catches. Lisa Lace catches the clothesline and takes Powder down with a spinning neck breaker.
Lisa Lace showing why she is the Heart of Gold, the reigning Lady Luck champion who will face all challengers, female or male.
But a quick chin breaker might be all you need, no matter who you're facing, to take that momentum down and take over the match. He's got a sleeper hold now applied. I get it. He's in the Mafia.
Is that what that is?
I think they wear Baby Powder in the Mafia.
I've never honestly heard that before. I'm going to go on maybe the Wikipedia later and look that up. Go on to Google. I might have to look that up. But now Big Baby Powder in control of Lisa Lace. I got to admit, Big Baby Powder did show a lot of confidence with that microphone in his hand. And so far it is translating here.
Just choking the life out of Lisa Lace with that boot in the corner. Big Baby Powder saying sorry. Maybe he doesn't quite know what the rules are here, baby.
I really do like his suspenders. His suspenders are very nice.
Like out of the Dick Tracy comic book.
That's right, yeah. He looks like a Dick Tracy villain.
He's definitely being a villain to our Lady Luck champion right now. He's just pulling at her hair. You saw he had a handful of her hair just a moment ago trying to hide it away from our referee, Steve.
That's right, referee Steve De La Torre trying to get his best vantage point of the action as...
And just a quick shot, just a jab to the jaw, takes the Lady Luck champion down. And Big Baby Powder full of confidence. He's grabbing the legs of Lisa Lace. Not sure exactly what he might be having planned here. Coming down with a set of leg drops right between the legs, stretching out the groin.
And the crowd here inside the Gold Mine in Pacifica, California, letting Big Baby Powder how they feel about him.
Going for the cover now here. Only a 2 count. Lisa Lace able to kick out. Now all of these Gold Rush Pro Wrestling fans saw the journey of Lisa Lace as she came back from that nearly career-ending knee injury to earn the #1 contendership for the Lady Luck Championship and the beat Shotzi Blackheart.
That's
They're
right.
heavily invested in Lisa Lace and don't want to see some of the likes of Big Baby walk away with victory here today.
Yes, right. It's absolutely an inspiration to see Lisa Lace return from what could have been a catastrophic injury to become the top of the Gold Rush Lady Luck division.
Lisa Lace turning this match around much like her career, taking Big Baby Powder down with a tornado drop kick.
That's right, Daddy, and that Big Baby Powder, Daddy, he's gonna feel that big DDT for a long time, baby. But Lisa Lace needs to get right back on top of him if she has any. Oh, look out.
Lisa Lace still too low for that clothesline.
Ow.
Inverted atomic drop. Lisa Lace coming off the ropes, takes Powder down with a running clothesline. Lisa Lace coming in, throwing that shoulder clear into the sternum of Big Baby Powder. Lace now ducking under the clothesline and taking Powder down with a side suplex.
Jumped nearly on his head was Big Baby Powder.
Lisa Lace crawling over with a pinfall, hook of the leg, but only a 2 count. Big Baby Powder kicking out.
You know, whether you like Big Baby Powder or not, and a lot of these people in the building, they don't like him. You got to give him credit. He is a student of Virgil Flynn III, and if Virgil Flynn taught him anything, is probably never to give up.
Inverted atomic drop now by Big Baby Powder onto Lisa Lace. Powder has snatched Lisa Lace. He's got her in that dragon sleeper and just taking her down with a reverse DDT. Planting the head of Lisa Lace. But no, he picks up the shoulders. I don't understand what Big Baby Powder's doing.
Huge mistake by Big Baby Powder. He had Lisa Lace defeated, but for some reason he felt it was necessary to pull her shoulders off the mat, Daddy. And I don't understand why he did that.
Big Baby Powder seems to have something else in mind for the Lady Luck champion. Setting her up again, maybe going for that reverse DDT one more time. Just to add insult to injury, but no, here comes the champion. She's fighting out of it. Elbows to the chest, and now he's got him with a double arm DDT.
Spiked him right on his head.
Just folding over Big Baby Powder, and there we go. Lisa Lace gets the pin.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, the Heart of Gold, Lisa Lace.
Lisa Lace taking advantage of Big Baby Powder's arrogance and taking home the victory after the double arm DDT. The Lady Luck champion, very impressive here tonight.
You got to give it up for Big Baby Powder, though. Very impressive in his gold mine debut tonight. He was inches away from taking this contest here tonight at the Love of Gold, but unfortunately fell just a little short to the Heart of Gold, Lisa Lace.
It was his own mistake that did it in for him. And you know that Big Baby Powder hopes to get another shot here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling to make an impact, to make a name for himself.
That's right, Daddy, but the Lady Luck champion, the Heart of Gold, Lisa Lace, she's victorious tonight here at the Love of Gold, and we have some more fantastic matchups coming up tonight, including our next contest,
Our
Matthew
next
Theo.
contest, the last one before we head into intermission, so stay with us. We've got one more match. The Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Tag Team titles will be on the line when the Ugly Dojo takes on PrimeTime Personified. Championship match.
That's right, Daddy, the man, the myth, the legend, Sparky Ballard, one of the top referees in all the North California, gets to be the man who calls the action tonight in this big tag team title match.
Well, the Ugly Dojo has quite a bit to prove as they come into this tag team championship match. Now, we saw both of them just a couple of short months ago, both of them in the 2018 Young Lions Cup tournament.
That's right, both these guys, blue chippers, in my opinion. The Mexican freight train, Bronson Bishop, in the future franchise, Titus Alexander. These two men, the sons of the big, ugly J.D. Bishop, who practically has trained almost every wrestler to come out of this region. Matthew Theo.
Well, everybody has had experience with big, ugly J.D. Bishop, even if you're managing like I was, or ring announcer, or refereeing, or wrestling, you have come in contact with J.D. Bishop, and he has always left a lasting impression in everybody's mind.
A man whose fingerprints are all over California wrestling, and Oregon too.
You gotta wonder just how much of that influence has bled down into his two sons in the Ugly Dojo. as they come to face what might be their hugest challenge in their young careers so far, your Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
That's right, two men who are influential in their own right in NorCal Pro Wrestling. Two men who we thought were completely out of the business just a few months ago, but now here they are in front of you holding the Gold Rush Tag Team Championships. PrimeTime Zack Reeb and Wrestling Personified Rik Luxury Daddy. And let me tell you something, Matthew Theo. They are looking very confident with that gold around their waist.
They're absolutely looking very confident. We were talking just a moment ago about the fingerprints that J.D. Bishop has left on NorCal Wrestling. That might even pale in comparison to the combined fingerprints of Wrestling Personified Rik Luxury and MPT himself.
Oh, they have fingerprints, footprints, handprints. They have left an indelible mark on California wrestling and continue to do so almost 20 years into their career.
The supreme confidence of PrimeTime Personified.
The following contest is for the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Tag Team titles. Introducing first the challengers. From West Sacramento, California, with a combined weight of 470 pounds, they are the team of the future franchise Titus Alexander and the Mexican freight train Bronson Bishop. They are the Ugly Dojo.
Hey, real quick, you guys. We are guys, just real quick before we get to the action. We are.
Who are they?
Choosing that corner over there. Get your ass over here.
BT, big league in the Ugly Dojo, claiming the corner for his own.
What are you saying?
You can have this one. I don't think that's water.
MPT playing mind games with the young
And
Ugly
their
Dojo
opponents,
here.
with a combined weight of 454 3/4 pounds. They are your reigning and defending Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Wrestling Personified Rik Luxury, Mr. PrimeTime MPT. They are PrimeTime Personified.
The masks have come off, the grapplers are no more. PrimeTime Personified shocked the world last month when they revealed themselves to indeed be the tag team champions.
That's right. Like I mentioned before, we thought both these guys were out of the business just a few months ago. Rik Luxury, of course, walking out on Gold Rush Pro Wrestling during the King of the Gold Mine tournament last year. And, of course, MPT, at one point in time, mentoring young Derek Slade, who we will see later here tonight. But, naturally, let's face facts. These two have wrestling in their blood. They couldn't stay away for that long, and here they are now. Not only here they are, they hoodwinked everybody. They pulled the wool over everybody's eyes and became Gold Rush Tag Team Champions.
Well, just like on The Masked Singer, you find celebrities revitalizing their careers under a shroud of mystery. Late Night PrimeTime Personified, they did the exact same thing. They proved that even 20 years into the game, they still got it. They proved that they could still snatch championships away from the likes of the Hidden Future. They proved that they could defend that championship against people like Man, Bear, Pig, and now they're going to continue to try to prove their dominance in the tag team worlds by taking out the Ugly Dojo.
That's right, these young up-and-coming stars, the Ugly Dojo. You see Bronson Bishop starting it off with Rik Luxury, a man who has probably had more than a few experiences with his father, J.D. Bishop, but now in there with the second generation, Bronson Bishop.
Absolutely. Rik Luxury now reversing into a side headlock. Bishop pushing Luxury off. Luxury, veteran move, holding onto that top rope, making sure his momentum doesn't carry him back into the beast.
That's right, Daddy. Rik Luxury using that veteran experience that only comes with 20 years, Daddy, of in-ring work against some of the absolute best that this industry has had to offer.
Another tie-up. Bishop sending Luxury into the ropes one more time. Luxury does not fall victim to the tackle. Bishop now coming off the ropes, charging in, taking Luxury off of his feet. Bishop now coming in one more time, taking Luxury down.
You know, taking one look at Bronson Bishop, it's very easy to see a younger version of his father, J.D. Bishop, in there, and he's just as tough as the Big Ugly himself.
Scoop slam, taking Luxury down. Bishop going for the cover. Only a 1 count. MPT getting in to interrupt the chaos.
MPT didn't have to touch Bronson Bishop at all, just his presence alone enough to break up that count, Matthew Theo.
Bishop now tagging in Titus Alexander.
I gotta say, Matthew Theo, this Titus Alexander is one of the most exciting young up-and-comers. Just a specimen physically and athletically is Titus Alexander.
Super kick from Titus Alexander takes Luxury down, but isn't enough to take him down and out. You can see that Bronson Bishop brings the power in this duo, but Titus Alexander brings the quickness. Quick shot, strikes to the face of Rik Luxury. And you can see the tremendous athleticism. Titus Alexander is as quick like a lightning bolt. Going across the ring. Only a 2 count now. Rik Luxury is able to kick out.
Oh, that's nice. That's sweet. They're having some partner time in the corner there. As Rik Luxury tags out.
Tags out. MPT now the legal man in there with Titus Alexander. Titus Alexander did very well in his high school football career, and he said, not a college. And went straight into professional wrestling to follow the footsteps of his father. And look at him now. He's in here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling, live from the gold mine, taking on MPT for the Tag Team Championship. I think he made the right choice.
I am impressed with Titus, but I gotta admit, MPT doesn't look too impressed being in there with him right now. But maybe his mind will change in just a moment. Of course, Titus Alexander very well versed in both high risk and mat wrestling, but of course MPT very well versed in also both, but as a veteran, he has a few tricks under his sleeve, Matthew Theo.
Absolutely. The old saying goes, he taught me everything I know, but with the likes of MPT, they didn't teach him everything that MPT knows. You know what I mean? Maybe MPT should have been a little bit more ready for that small package attempt, but he was able to kick out, and a nice arm drag takeover by Titus Alexander, taking MPT down. Only a 1 count cover there.
Didn't look like he was ready for that arm drag either. Caught a little bit off guard, as I mentioned before. Titus Alexander, very well versed in technical and mat wrestling, along with his high-risk offense. And of course, Bronson Bishop brings the power to the Ugly Dojo.
Bronson Bishop, vertical suplex, lateral press, but Rik Luxury there to break up the pinfall.
Now let me just ask you a quick question, Matthew Theo. How many tag team championships has Rik Luxury won in his illustrious career? 40?
I don't know for sure. It's quite a few.
That is
But Bishop, he's bringing in the dance moves now. I don't know if you saw that, Tony.
Yeah, that big bionic elbow. Bronson Bishop with a little bit of hip shake, and those hips were not lying to MPT. Neither were the elbows.
Bishop taking MPT down to the ground, and Titus Alexander coming in, followed by Bronson Bishop's entire weight just comes charging into MPT. Titus Alexander now quickly goes for the cover, hooks the leg, but Sparky is distracted. Titus Alexander needs to watch his anger there. A rake to the eyes by MPT, knocking Bronson Bishop, but not down. Sparky again distracted, and MPT taking that vertical suplex onto Alexander.
The Ugly Dojo had the advantage with that unique take on the high-low, but now PrimeTime Personified has taken over here tonight at the Love of Gold. And now Titus Alexander in a bad way with wrestling personified Rik Luxury.
Rik Luxury just showing that veteran status as he takes it to Titus Alexander. Oh no, surprise chin breaker now. Titus Alexander, head scissor takeover, Hurricane Rana. Rik Luxury thinking he's in his own corner, but no. Alexander rolling up Luxury, Luxury kicking out.
Rik Luxury still dizzy after being flipped over with that Hurricane Rana. Oh my gosh!
Titus Alexander double stomps onto the chest of Luxury, almost a 3 count. The Ugly Dojo nearly winning the tag team championship.
That big double stomp by Titus Alexander, Daddy, knocking the soul out of Rik Luxury, Daddy. But now the Ugly Dojo double teaming Rik Luxury here.
Rik Luxury's focus split between the two brothers, didn't know who to focus on. Takes that huge impact maneuver, and MPT there just barely able to break up that pinfall, saving the championship for PrimeTime Personified.
MPT seeing those titles slowly slipping away, had to do what he had to do, and now he's taking drop kicks from Titus Alexander. Those are some very, very impressive drop kicks.
Pair of very vertical drop kicks. Titus Alexander needs to stop absorbing the accolades of the fans. MPT dumping Titus Alexander over the ropes. No, Alexander able to get that shoulder in. Alexander leaping off the top rope, but he eats a drop kick by MPT.
Alexander taking way too much time. Enough time to give MPT the advantage and counter what would have been a big move into a huge drop kick.
We cannot forget how young these two opponents are.
Titus Alexander, he's only, around maybe 18, 19 years old?
We'll get that confirmed, but he might not even be old enough to drink, folks. So he could have been 1 year old when MPT made his wrestling debut. We have to keep that in mind. A tag team like PrimeTime Personified is going to be ready for 95% of what you bring at them.
Literally, a tag team who's literally been in with the best that this region has to offer as far as wrestling, tag team wrestling is concerned. We could name off all the names of all the tag teams you can think of. Those two men have beaten all those tag teams.
Absolutely. Titus Alexander, though, he's trying to find a way to fight out of the grasp of Rik Luxury. He's able to get another chin breaker onto the champion and barely able to get that tag onto Bronson Bishop. Bishop now charging in, clothesline, taking Luxury and MPT down. A couple of elbow shots now, taking the champions down.
Like a giant freight train, or a Mexican freight train, if you will. Bronson Bishop running away on the tracks.
Bronson Bishop showing that power, throwing the champions to and fro across the ring. Bronson Bishop picking up Rik Luxury, pleading for his brother to get back to his feet.
What does the Ugly Dojo have in store here? Big enziguri.
Standing enziguri by Titus Alexander, but Rik Luxury able to push Bronson Bishop. They collide heads. Luxury now with the face breaker. Super kick now by MPT, taking Bronson Bishop down. And that's all she wrote. That's it. It's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, and still Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They are PrimeTime Personified.
Matthew Theo, we have to give props to the Ugly Dojo on an impressive showing tonight. But let's face facts, Daddy. When you in the ring with Rik Luxury and MPT, sometimes it ain't gonna go your way, baby.
Cut the music!
Oh, I guess Rik Luxury's got some more stuff to say.
This is the time where I'm most dangerous. You see, I'm sick and tired of hearing cliches like best in the world or the GOAT, the greatest of all time. PrimeTime Personified, we're a dream team. And right now, hey, how about you shut up, because I have actually something intelligent to say. Right now, we're making an open challenge to any tag team, whether you're a set of twins from the street or Canadians
next level? Whether you're some hidden treasure or some lost jewels, whether you think you're the 1% or you're just a young bucks, we're the greatest two professional wrestlers up here today. And at this time, right here at the Gold Mine, Gold Rush Pro Wrestling, PrimeTime Personified throws down the gauntlet to any tag team that thinks they might be somebody to step in the ring with us. And this, brother, is a shoot. Test me. I dare ya. You might have bodies, you might have height, you might have heart, but God damn it, you're not better than Zack Reeb and Wrestling Personified Rik Luxury. When the two of us are together, you get your money's worth, and the internet gets to find out who's gonna answer the call. Hit the music.
Huge words by Wrestling Personified Rik Luxury.
The gauntlet's been dropped.
He has put every tag team on notice.
They have legitimately challenged every tag team in the universe
for a huge open challenge. And I gotta wonder what's going to happen next month at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. Who is going to answer the open challenge of PrimeTime Personified?
Josh, I am so sorry. I am not trying to steal your thunder or anything. I wanted to address something incredibly important here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. Today is a very special day for one important referee in all of NorCal, our very own Sparky Ballard's birthday today. The best ref in all of NorCal. And what better way to celebrate your birthday than all of us together singing happy birthday. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Dominic Texerra coming out, breaking up the festivities, just putting a beat down on the Bruno Beretta. Still very unhappy with that line of questioning that he received earlier today.
We were having a real feel-good moment here. It is Sparky Ballard's birthday. It only comes around once a year, and Dominic Texerra has completely ruined it for everybody.
Dominic Texerra is not thinking about Sparky Ballard's big day right now. He's thinking about getting some revenge into the mouth of Bruno Beretta.
Hey, it was Dominic who put himself in that position in the first place when he put his hands on Bruno earlier in the night.
Well, right now Bruno is just at the recipient of this huge beatdown, and Sparky Ballard is just pleading for help from the back. If anybody could come and help Bruno Beretta. Here comes Ethan White, Lisa Lace, Marcus Lewis.
And there goes Dominic Texerra hightailing it through the crowd.
The cavalry has arrived, chasing off Dominic Texerra and saving our poor former ring announcer, Bruno Beretta.
Boy, this
not expecting this at all.
This has really escalated from a simple confrontation earlier into the night into a full-out assault by Dominic Texerra here at the Love of Gold.
What an insane comeback to this episode. I'm so sorry to everyone coming back from intermission to see this brutal beatdown by Dominic Texerra on to Bruno Beretta. Joey Gonzo worried about his friend, making sure that he's all right.
Look, me and Bruno, we've both come up in the APW Gold Rush Boot Camp here inside the Gold Mine, Pacific, California. He is hungry, and I think Dominic Texerra may have just fed him a knuckle sandwich.
We're definitely going to see how that continues.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Your referee for this contest, Senior Official Sparky Ballard. Introducing first,
The standing room only crowd in firm support of the birthday boy here, Sparky Ballard. Ready to officiate this one-on-one contest again. The Dynamite division on full display here today at the Love of Gold. We have the singles match coming up, Tony. It's gonna rock the world. Starting with this guy.
from Pacifica, California, weighing in at 118 pounds, he is Monster Boy Charlie.
Monster Boy Charlie, formerly known as Cowboy Charlie, just has completely turned his personality around.
And his opponent,
joining the ranks of the Creepy Show Carnival.
Suffering from a bit of the Stockholm Syndrome after finding his way with the Carnival. The young man formerly known as Cowboy Charlie having a bit of an identity crisis.
Oh, for sure. He seems to be out here without the support of the Carnival today, and I wonder if it might be connected to him getting a little smushed last month by Synn. A little miscommunication. But Monster Boy Charlie does have...
from Tijuana, Mexico, weighing in at 172 pounds, he is Mr. Excitement, Ryan Kidd.
As I was saying, Monster Boy Charlie has a huge challenge in front of him here today as he takes on Mr. Excitement.
Let me tell you something, Matthew Theo, a little bit about the Lucha Daddy. Mr. Excitement Ryan Kidd making his third appearance here for Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. And let me tell you something about this Ryan Kidd, one of the most impressive young up-and-coming stars. A man who has made a name for himself in Southern California, one half of the SoCal Pro Tag Team Champions is Ryan Kidd, Mr. Excitement.
Mr. Excitement, Ryan Kidd, I know he's been trying hard to break into the wrestling circuit up here in the Bay Area recently. And he's been able to do that with a number of great appearances over the last several months. And now here he is back one more time at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling, going one-on-one with a staple here in the gold mine, Monster Boy Charlie.
Ryan Kidd, very well versed in multiple styles of wrestling, not only lucha libre, but also a big proponent of European catch wrestling. A man who is very well versed in technical wrestling, a guy who can hit you from all angles in the ring, Matthew Theo.
Charlie seems to be chomping at the mouthpiece in order to start this fight. Toying with his opponent a little bit, cheering him on, taking on the lessons that he's taken from Jekyll's, like attacking and pouncing from behind. Charlie just laying in the forearms and the close fists to the face and the side of the head of Ryan Kidd.
You know, just a few months ago, we all saw what happened to the former Cowboy Charlie, having been kidnapped by the Carnival and having been brainwashed into becoming what we see before us now.
Of course, now Mr. Excitement just catching the fist of Monster Boy Charlie. And now holding him on in that test of strength, jumping up to the top rope and sending Charlie down with a flying arm drag.
Like I said before, Ryan Kidd is very well versed in lucha libre.
Huge vertical leap on that vertical drop kick. Only a one count as Monster Boy Charlie is able to kick out of the lateral press attempt.
You know, Dad, I've made several trips to Southern California, baby, and I've seen Ryan Kidd take on some of the best lucha libre wrestlers in the world. I've seen him take on some of the best technical wrestlers in the world. He has what it takes, but he's in there with this Charlie is just really different from the Charlie you and I both know.
Absolutely. 100% Charlie now coming off the ropes, using that agility, catching Ryan Kidd with those feet. Coming down, flying through the ring and sending Ryan Kidd down. Monster Boy Charlie standing tall, just pulling at his hair and twisting his face in those grotesque shapes. But no, Ryan Kidd catches Charlie off guard in that corner, connects with a foot to the back of the head, going for the cover now, only a 2 count, Charlie kicking out.
You know, Charlie, he has been doing this since he is almost 11 years old, I believe. He's been training as a professional wrestler, but of course, Ryan Kidd, with not only years more experience in the ring, but years more experience around the world. A man who has trained in Germany and Japan and Mexico. And boy, that was a stiff chop if I've ever heard one.
Definitely hear it crystal clear from our position here at ringside. Now Ryan Kidd not treating Monster Boy Charlie like a little boy at all, taking it very seriously. Charlie comes charging in, but Ryan Kidd coming off the ropes, but meets a knee right into the gut, and he comes sitting down, maybe connected his left knee right in the on the ring apron or something. I'm not sure.
You know, he had jumped over Charlie using his agility to avoid him, but may have landed awkwardly on his leg, and now the new Monster Boy Charlie, with that killer instinct that was taught to him by Jekyll's and Big B and Synn, is now taking full advantage.
Going straight after that hurt knee of Ryan Kidd. This is exactly the advantage that Monster Boy Charlie might need in order to take home the victory against someone that is years its veteran. Monster Boy Charlie using the ring ropes as a weapon, as a wedge to pull at the knee of Ryan Kidd, who has not been able to get back to a vertical base. Here he is barely able to hold himself up. You know that those forearms could probably get a little bit more impact if Kidd had the base. But Monster Boy Charlie now continuing the attack on that injured knee.
Monster Boy Charlie taking the base out from under Ryan Kidd, who relies on those legs for not only lucha leverage, but also putting some force into those strikes.
You will be surprised how important each part of your body is once it comes out of commission. You need that vertical base for 90% of any sort of professional wrestling. So going after the knee and trying to take it out is exactly the strategy that Monster Boy Charlie needs to employ in this match.
And look at that torque that Charlie is pulling on the knee of Ryan Kidd, who is able to make his way to the rope. Senior official Sparky Ballard breaking it up, but the damage, more damage may have been done to that knee of Ryan Kidd, Matthew Fial.
Mr. Excitement again struggling to find his way up to his feet, and Monster Boy Charlie is not allowing Kidd any time to rest or recover. He's bringing on the assault, and he looks to be trying to whip Kidd across the ring, who can't run. He was only able to take a step before collapsing down under his own weight.
Charlie has only been a few inches away from Ryan Kidd at all times during this match, and he uses those few inches to get to his opponent, to work his opponent's injured knee.
Sparky now administering the count, trying to make sure that Ryan Kidd can get back to his feet so this match could continue. Kidd now, a quick ace crusher, real fast, able to catch Charlie off guard. He rolls on the Monster Boy. Charlie kicking out.
There's that catch wrestling experience by Ryan Kidd, followed up by a huge neck breaker, daddy.
Snatching Charlie clean off of his feet with that standing neck breaker. Barely crawling over to make the cover, and only a 2 count as Charlie is able to kick out.
Ryan Kidd hoping that neck breaker would have made more of a difference, still trying to fight off the pain in his left knee. But now, what does Ryan Kidd have in mind here?
Ryan Kidd rolling Charlie back over onto his back, pulling that knee brace and the knee padding off of his left knee in order to give it a little bit of room to swell, to expand, to start to heal. I'm not sure what Ryan Kidd has in mind with that injured knee on the top rope, but here he comes. Oh, he catches himself on the swanton. He rolls through. Charlie able to avoid the impact. Kidd comes charging in, and Charlie catches Ryan Kidd in the face with a knee.
One thing Charlie knows how to do is use those ropes to his advantage, as you see right there. Huge swinging DDT off the ropes.
Using the ropes for advantage and momentum. Coming off the middle rope with a corkscrew moonsault, and only a 2 count. Ryan Kidd able to kick out.
Let me tell you something, daddy. Real close to a 2 count right there from Monster Boy Charlie, baby, as he almost took out Ryan Kidd with that flipping move right there, Daddy.
Almost put it to bed. Monster Boy Charlie did. Here, all on his own without the creepy show carnival at ringside. Monster Boy Charlie now seeming to have Ryan Kidd in control. Scaling the ropes one more time. No! No, here comes Kidd with a kick to the face. Ryan Kidd screaming with adrenaline as he goes to climb the ropes, meeting Charlie on top. Ryan Kidd now, he's got Charlie, but Charlie, he's throwing the elbows. He's trying to break the grass.
Oh, he's biting him. He's biting him.
He's biting the ear. Shades of darkness. Shades of darkness. Monster Boy Charlie, he's now clear on that top rope. He's fighting to find his balance. Coming off, another 450. We saw it from Lewis earlier, and Charlie puts another one home. Charlie wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Monster Boy Charlie!
Monster Boy Charlie, clearly learning the lessons of war from the creepy show carnival. He took clear advantage of the knee injury that Ryan Kidd suffered early on in this match and was able to take home a victory.
You know, you hear the music playing right now. That's Freak on a Leash by the band Korn. But tonight, the Freak has been unleashed, and that Freak's name is Monster Boy Charlie.
Can't believe what we saw in front of us here. Joey Gonzo / Tony Gonzalez. Why? Back here, Tony Gonzalez, another match on the line, slated to be here at the Gold Mine.
Introducing first,
For the love of gold and all that good stuff.
That's right, and speaking of the Gold Mine, we are about to see a top graduate of the Gold Mine, a man who holds the gold in his hand, literally, and he's going to be making his way to the ring right here, the total package, Derek Slade.
Derek Slade seems to be climbing his way up the card every single time we see him. And now here we are, match before the main event. And Derek Slade coming out with both of his trophies in hand.
from Santa Cruz, California, weighing in at 212 pounds. He is your 2018 Young Lions Cup winner, the Total Package, Derek Slade!
You know, Matthew Fial, you just brought up Derek Slade in the semi-main event here tonight at For the Love of Gold, but it's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time, Daddy, before you see Derek Slade in the main event here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling.
Well, he has exactly everything that he needs to find himself in the main event here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling with that golden horseshoe that you could see him holding along with the 2018
And his opponent,
Young Lions Cup. He can trade that golden horseshoe in at any time for any championship of his choosing right here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling.
Yes, but if he wants to do that tonight, he has to get past one of his past opponents from last month, ready to take him on one more time.
Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 185 pounds. He is the Angel of Flight, Mike Matthews.
Angel of Flight, Mike Matthews, very impressive in his return to Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. Last month when he entered the four-way elimination match to try to take the golden horseshoe away from Derek Slade.
That's right, the Angel of Flight, Mike Matthews, bringing Midwest wrestling attitude to the West Coast here. As we've mentioned before, a man who basically helped build the Chicago wrestling scene with his own two hands, the Angel of Flight, Mike Matthews.
And of course, Mike Matthews is clean-shaven today, something that most fans are not used to seeing. Last night he participated in a very special night over across the bay, honoring women and women wrestling.
That's right, Mike Matthews, a big believer in women's wrestling. And tonight, he may become a big believer in the total package, Derek Slade.
Mike Matthews has pretty much what he wants, and that's Derek Slade one-on-one across the ring from him. We saw the huge, their wrestling match last month broke down into a pure fight outside of the ring.
That's right, and there were actually 2 other gentlemen in that contest along with them. But of course, the bad blood between these two spilling over into tonight here in our semi-main event here at For the Love of Gold inside the Gold Mine.
And again, the Dynamite division is on clear spotlight here tonight as both of these men definitely find themselves within that division. And the winner here obviously is going to continue to rise on those ranks, and a victory for Mike Matthews actually would have a huge impact here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. Derek Slade has been on such a roll over the last year. It has been incredible to watch in person.
You know, Mike Matthews actually has a ton of history with our Dynamite Division champion, the bad boy Boyce LeGrand. Of course, those two facing off in a legendary ladder match at Reach for the Gold many years ago. Well, naturally, Boyce coming out on top, but Mike Matthews knows what it's like to be in the ring with Boyce LeGrand. Derek Slade, however, not as much experience with Boyce LeGrand, but still, Derek Slade has all the tools to get it done. We could be looking at a future Dynamite Division champion, whether it be Derek Slade or Mike Matthews.
Mike Matthews has been to the top of the mountain. Derek Slade tried to get there himself, and by taking down Mike Matthews with tackles like that, that's exactly what you need to do in order to increase the star in the sky. Derek Slade ducking under Matthews, who takes Slade down. Slade again knocked down by Mike Matthews, who comes charging in across the ring with a running uppercut. Derek Slade almost out on his feet, gets taken down by a running drop kick.
You know, Mike Matthews, usually known for his high-risk style, has actually integrated a lot of aggressive striking into his offense. You will see tons of knees, elbows, and kicks from the Angel of Flight in this contest.
Mike Matthews has Derek Slade in control right now. Side headlock applied. Derek Slade trying to find his way out of it. Strikes to the midsection and a kick to the thigh. Ducking the clothesline. Derek Slade going for a fist. Charging in. Mike Matthews dumping Derek Slade over the top rope, and Slade doesn't fall.
Derek Slade able to keep himself on the apron, but he's in a lot more danger than he knows.
Mike Matthews sailing through the air, connecting. That elbow was enough to take Derek Slade off of the apron and down to the gold mine floor. Matthews now coming up, sliding down under that rope as Derek Slade escapes whatever offense Mike Matthews is bringing. Derek Slade using his quickness to get out of the way, diving through the ropes. Derek Slade now sending Mike Matthews right into the corner, right into the steel post.
Derek Slade able to take advantage on Mike Matthews, actually using a bit of his own agility to his advantage, and now you see Derek Slade on top of the Angel of Flight Daddy.
Derek Slade now without MPT in his corner. Last month, Derek Slade dumped MPT after he revealed himself to be one half of the tag team champions. And now Derek Slade cannot rely on any sort of outside interference from someone like MPT. He's got to do it all on his own.
You know, Derek Slade, he felt betrayed by MPT. He felt like, well, now he was lied to, as were most of us. But of course, unlike most of us, Derek Slade has a lot to gain, holding the Golden Horseshoe, being the 2018 Young Lions Cup champion. This kid has a lot on his plate, and he felt like MPT was trying to take away his attention. Ooh, and that was absolutely brutal looking, Matthew Theall.
Just dropping the elbow onto the inside of the arm of Mike Matthews. It could separate that elbow, dislocate the shoulder. Going for the lateral press cover, only a 2 count. Mike Matthews able to kick out. But we were talking about how great Derek Slade has been doing here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling over the last several months. And just can you imagine if he were to beat Mike Matthews without MPT in his corner? It would just be as if he's carrying around a third trophy.
That's right, trying to clip the wings of the Angel of Flight here tonight. But a quick roll-up.
Mike Matthews got the small package, only a kick out by Derek Slade, who comes in rolling with that rolling clothesline, folding Mike Matthews clear in half. Going for the cover now, hook in the leg. Derek Slade almost with the victory. Mike Matthews kicking out at 2.5.
Beautiful lariat by Derek Slade, data. Almost shades of the bad man from the Badlands. The lariat Stan Hansen, data. Only with a little bit more flair, baby.
Now, Derek Slade pulling at the arm of Mike Matthews. You remember just a few minutes ago that shoulder coming in contact with our square posts. That is so easy to separate someone's shoulder with a square ring post.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to clip the wings of the Angel of Flight, no pun intended, is Derek Slade. And he has just completely converted all his focus to working over that wing of Mike Matthews.
Well, Mike Matthews likes to set up for his aerial offense using the Angel Wing suplex maneuver. Take out the arms of Mike Matthews. He doesn't have that setup suplex. And Derek Slade, his tongue just hanging out of his mouth in enjoyment over the punishment that he's bringing the Angel of Flight.
You know, years of high-risk wrestling by Mike Matthews. You know he's accumulated a few injuries. I'm sure that his shoulder has been hurt before. I'm sure it's not very comfortable.
Mike Matthews expertly ducking out of the boot from Derek Slade. He catches Slade, he's wrapping up the arms, but the shoulder might be too much. Like I was saying, he was going for the angel wings, but the shoulder is too hurt. Derek Slade scooping up Mike Matthews and hangs him on the middle rope, that shoulder clipping the middle rope. Derek Slade pounces on the pin. Only a 2 count. Mike Matthews able to kick out.
Those ropes, they're basically just, they're almost cables, basically.
They're essentially tight cables with a very thin padding around them.
And let me tell you something, I've hit those ropes. It is uncomfortable hitting those ropes. So just imagine having your injured shoulder hit those ropes. It's not the business, folks.
Derek Slade continuing to pull at the arm of Mike Matthews, and we all know that Mick Foley famously lost his ear by getting his head trapped between 2 cable-based ring ropes.
That's right, so the risk of injury on these ropes is very great. As you can see, Mike Matthews has been affected.
Not able to get Derek Slade's weight up over across his shoulders in that fireman's carry, but kicks are still there, his legs are still good. Derek Slade ducking under the enziguri. Mike Matthews, he's trapped, but comes up with a reverse Pele kick.
Mike Matthews still showing the fight that has won him over legions of fans throughout the Midwest.
Mike Matthews soaring through the air, but Slade
look at that!
Slade catches him, he's got him in a crossface. He's got that crossface firmly applied. There's nowhere for Mike Matthews to go. We can't fly out of this one.
Derek Slade able to measure.
There was the bell rung. Is that it?
No, I think that might have been a mistake. I think our timekeeper may have.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner by way of tap out, Derek Slade.
Well, now there might be.
Wait a second. What is this?
Right doing out here.
We saw him earlier in the night. Is he wearing different shoes?
He was chasing Marcus Lewis after his victory earlier. What is Lucian doing?
Why is Lucian Delight out here? He's got his eye. Look at his shoes.
Wait a minute. Look at the tank top too. It's sparkly. Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
I think I see what might be going on here.
Wait a second.
They're having a conversation about Derek Slade's future.
Is that what's going on here? I know Lucian chased me off commentary earlier and had a front row seat for Keita Murray and Marcus Lewis, but now he's out here again.
Whoa, what's Derek Slade got in mind here? Oh, he comes in with that running boot onto the face of Mike Matthews. What? Did Lucian Delight tell him to do that?
Has Lucian Delight found his new talent?
He's applauding for him. Derek Slade didn't tell him to kick bricks. Maybe we're gonna have to get this confirmed. We'll have to add Derek Slade to the official roster that Lucian Delight has if this is indeed a new alliance.
Well, either way, Derek Slade with the submission victory here tonight at For the Love of Gold, and now, oh no, Lucian has a mic.
The winner of this match, and more importantly, my new client, the 2018 Young Lion Cup winner and holder of the Golden Horseshoe, the total package, Rik Slade.
Matthew Theall, if Derek Slade's future wasn't bright enough already, he has now added the manager of champions.
Well, I mean, you manage one champion, you become a manager of a champion. Let's not just throw accolades and nicknames around or anything like that. But yes, Lucian Delight, Derek Slade. Obviously, a new package here at Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. The bright Lucian Delight adding Derek Slade to his roster.
So now, Lucian Delight, not only the manager of the longest reigning Dynamite Division champion at 1,468 days and counting, the Bad Boy Boys of the Grand, but now he is now managing the 2018 Young Lions Cup champion and holder of the Golden Horseshoe, the total package, Derek Slade.
And also the winner of the match against Mike Matthews himself, albeit a bit controversial. I didn't clearly see Mike Matthews tap out of that one, but the bell was
Well, I mean, Lucian did come out here, maybe put a little something in the
It's
ref's
entirely
pocket.
possible. I mean, we're going to have to review the footage and see exactly how this one maybe should have come down.
Yeah, Steve De La Torres, he needs to be talked to because Lucian Delight may have gotten in that man's pocket.
I'm not sure, but the respect shown to the Angel of Flight by the fans here in the Gold Mine is next to none. And oh my God, Tony, it is main event time!
That's right, Daddy. Big lumberjack match. Two big boys clashing in that ring for some
Well,
gold,
thank you for your
Daddy.
patience, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for our main event.
Time, and they're coming out right next to us, the Lumberjacks for this Lumberjack Championship match, Tony.
Where's all their flannel?
They're not actual Lumberjacks. Basically what a Lumberjack is the backstage area clears of wrestlers. They all take a position outside this ring. At any time, Synn or the champion, Big Dalton Frost, would find themselves on the outside of the ring. These men are responsible for making sure that they get back into the ring.
Well, hey, as long as Jekyll's is nowhere near our position, I'm okay with this.
This definitely evens the favor for someone like Big Dalton Frost, who has been fighting against the numbers of the Creepy Show Carnival for months. Every single time he has stood in the ring across from Synn, the Creepy Show Carnival has gotten involved in some way. A cage can't contain them. No disqualifications will stop them. It's come down to this, a lumberjack match in which there is literally no escape for anybody.
Well, if there's no flannel involved, is there at least chainsaws and axes? No?
No, they're not real lumberjacks. They are hardened Gold Rush Pro Wrestling wrestlers.
And speaking of hardened, one of the hardest men to take down in all of professional wrestling has just stepped through those curtains, Matthew Theall.
It is a very strange sight to see the Nightmare Synn without the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Championship. He has held that gold for so long. And as of last month at Band Slam 8, he lost that championship to Big Dalton Frost, who put that man Synn through a table and pinned his shoulders to the mat for the 3 count. But the question is, Tony, can Big Dalton Frost retain that championship in yet another match against the God Killer?
The real question is, will this ring be able to contain the chaos that these two big Bull of the Woods, Daddy, have brought to Gold Rush Pro Wrestling over the past few months?
That is a very good question, and with these Lumberjacks, we are guaranteed to see this match take place inside the squared circle. Again, these men are responsible for making sure that nobody is able to escape from their opponent. And there he is there, your Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Champion, Big Dalton Frost. He is a country boy, folks, and he is here proudly representing Gold Rush Pro Wrestling as your champion.
Having just won the Gold Rush Heavyweight Championship last month at Band Slam, And you know Dalton Frost does not want to lose that belt on his very first defense. He wants to hold on to that belt as long as possible and keep it out of the hands of the Carnival.
In what proves to be one of the final battles in the war between Synn and Big Dalton Frost. The resident cowboys of Gold Rush Pro Wrestling have been battling the Creepy Show Carnival for years, and it seems to be coming to a head here tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a lumberjack match for the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger from the Carnival. Weighing in at 337 pounds, he is the God Killer, Synn!
An absolutely frightening individual.
And his opponent, from the NorCal Corral, weighing in at 327 pounds, he is your reigning and defending Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, King Dalton Frost!
Matthew Theo, I have to point something out very quickly. I'm looking around at the lumberjacks surrounding the ring, and if you look over in that far corner over there, I do believe I spy with my eye the 2019 Band Slam winner, Jody Christopherson, with a front row seat here tonight.
War Pig has to be very invested in how this match turns out, as holding on to the Band Slam Cup, he does have the right to challenge the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Champion, whoever he may be, at the end of this match.
These two monsters, these two, the old verbiage, the unmovable object versus, well, I mean, you understand.
I totally get it.
Yeah, you totally get
The
it.
major difference this time versus every other encounter Synn and Big Dalton Frost have had is that there will be no weapons. This will be fists and fists alone.
Those might be the only weapons they need.
It's entirely possible that that might be all that they need. But with the strength of Frost, taking Synn off of his feet, I don't believe what I saw!
And then Synn rolling right outside, and to be honest, the lumberjacks on his side very, very hesitant to even get near him. I don't blame them.
They're kind of waiting for Synn to see if Synn is going to throw the first punch. But no, here we go. The lumberjacks getting involved. This is exactly what I was talking about, Tony. Nobody has anywhere to go. These lumberjacks will make sure that both men stay in this ring.
And Synn just absolutely throwing all the lumberjacks off by himself.
Synn absorbing the impact of those blows from the lumberjacks you saw. And you can see down at the bottom of your screen when we have a wide-angle shot, the Creepy Show Carnival is all by themselves.
That's right.
The downstage side of the ring.
The lone wolves among these lumberjacks. But let's face facts, Matthew Theo. That big Synn daddy, he's a one-man army, baby. He could do all this by himself if he really wanted to.
Synn seeming to have something negative to say about Monster Boy Charlie on the outside. Jekyll's tousled his hair. I'm sure they're all still good friends.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, it was Charlie did have a bit to do with the ending of last month's big championship match. He was smushed. That's the proper way to put it, Matthew Theo. And of course, Big Synn may take umbrage to Charlie being out there.
Big Dalton Frost taking Synn off of his feet again with a hip toss. And now an arm drag, taking Synn down.
Was that a wrestling move?
Yes, I told you there's going to be no weapons. There's only going to be fists. There's going to be athleticism. This is a pure wrestling match with a few lumberjacks on the outside to make sure nobody's able to run away.
I'm just really surprised because, I mean, let's face facts. The last time we've seen these two guys in a ring together, they've used practically everything in the kitchen sink, and that boot to the face of Frost may have felt like a kitchen sink.
Yes. And I don't know if anybody's checked those boots of Synn recently, but they could be steel-toed, they could be steel-plated.
They still could have thumbtacks on the bottom.
It's entirely possible. But now Synn just dumping Frost to the outside, and the Carnival plus Late Night Personified. Everybody just pouncing on the attack of Dalton Frost.
The Carnival, like hyenas, quick to jump on the carcass of King Frost here.
And you could see that the roster is a bit divided on who they support in this match. Dalton Frost, very popular backstage amongst about half of the roster. And now Jekyll's getting involved. Marcus Lewis trying to stop Jekyll's. And you can see that a bit of a fight between the Lumberjacks has broken out.
Look, Dalton Frost is one of the most beloved human beings in the Gold Rush locker room. Just everybody loves him. And of course, these guys are going to take umbrance to these people, especially the Carnival, putting their hands on big Dalton Frost.
Seems as though a fight almost broke out between the Lumberjacks on the outside as this championship match continues to rage on inside.
I mean, let's face facts. We have the tag team champions, PrimeTime Personified. Across from them is the Ugly Dojo. We have Dominic Texerra and Ethan White out here too. I'm sure emotions are still high for the matches we've had earlier this evening.
Absolutely. A lot of animosity has been built between the wrestlers on the Gold Rush Pro Wrestling roster, and that is really coming on display here in this Lumberjack match. And Synn now with another chop to the chest of the champion Frost.
Everybody inside the gold mine on their feet for this one. I don't see a single person standing here at this moment in time, possibly because they're all blocked out by Lumberjacks. But this is just, everybody wants to see this feud come to a conclusion, and that could happen here tonight in this big Lumberjack match for the belt.
Synn goes to go dragging the eyeballs across the top rope of the champion, Big Dalton Frost, and that doesn't seem to have slowed down the champion in any way, shape, or form as he throws the head of Synn right into the turnbuckle.
You know, I often compare Dalton Frost to a giant polar bear, just an unstoppable apex predator with no quit.
Dalton Frost always proving to be a force of nature in the ring, and he seems to be trying to deadlift the weight of Synn, but Synn isn't having it, and he's biting the fingers. He's biting the fingers of the champion.
Synn trying to get a quick bite on the hands of the champion. Look, Synn, he's got to be pushing around like maybe 320, 330. Not even a man the size of Dalton Frost is able to pick him up as we have more action here outside the ring.
And again, the Carnival just pounces on Big Dalton Frost and the Lumberjacks trying to pull the Carnival off of the champion.
Looking like a huge mosh pit on the outside of the ring here inside the gold mine.
And again, the line has been drawn in the sand between one half of the roster and the other half. Synn peeling the face paint off of his face. You know, that's when things heat up. That's when things start to get incredibly serious for the Nightmare. He's just shoving that makeup in the mouth of Frost.
Trying to give Frost a taste of the war paint. He just looked over here, I'm sorry. Oh God.
No, that was going up to Jimmy Mack. He's going to shove the face paint in the face of Jimmy Mack.
That war paint that Synn puts on before every contest, the war paint that turns him into the God Killer, just an absolute unstoppable monster with a very impressive drop kick.
Synn again impressing the world with the vertical leap on his drop kick, taking Frost clean out and down.
I think when a lot of people see someone like Synn, they just think of a big, unstoppable monster who uses anything in his path to cause destruction. He is more well-versed than many people think, Matthew Theall.
See on the outside of the cut that we were talking with the war pig cheering on Frost.
And Synn taking umbrage to it, taking a shot at Big Jody Christopherson.
Frost catching Synn catching Frost right in the middle of the ring.
Colliding like two big rams in the middle of the ring.
Frost now taking Synn down with a Luthes press and just rocketing those shots to the face of the challenger. Frost coming in, dropping an elbow across the chest of Synn. And another forearm right to the back of the head. Dalton Frost crawling over, hooking the leg. Synn able to drape his foot over the bottom rope, stopping the count of the pin.
And as I mentioned earlier, he still does have thumbtacks on the bottom of his boot.
Now Synn crawling to the outside, and it looks like Creepy Show Carnival is holding off the rest of the Lumberjacks from beating down Synn and forcing him to get back in the ring.
The Creepy Show Carnival establishing their teamwork. Uh-oh.
Frost now on the outside. He's trying to chase Synn, but no, he's left alone amongst a pack of wolves.
Big Synn taking a shot at Ethan White, and as Dalton Frost tried to make his way outside, he ran square into the Carnival and PrimeTime Personified, all getting their licks in.
Fighting everywhere you look, all across the gold mine. Synn with lateral press, only a 2 count. Champion Frost able to kick out the Lumberjacks, proving to be invaluable in this match so far.
Poor Ethan White, I'm looking over him. He looks like he just got hit by a car. That car, however, being the giant fist of Synn. Look at this.
Just the 3-on-1 attack onto Frost as the Carnival gets their hands around the throat of the champion. Now Synn stalking his prey, standing tall above the champion. He's setting Dalton Frost up for something. He's got his head between the legs here. Frost trying to fight his way off. Synn continuing to struggle to hold the champion in place. He looks to be trying to pick up the big man.
Trying to get him with that power bomb.
But no, Frost able to fight his way out. Just throwing those fists, those forearms to the side of the face. Frost now coming off the ropes and taking Synn down with a huge Hangman's Lariat. If he can crawl over and get the cover, this could be it.
Huge Lariat by Dalton Frost, King Frost, a man who could possibly feel his newly won Gold Rush Heavyweight Championship slipping from his fingers.
Probably not at this moment, though. The Gold Rush Pro Wrestling fans cheering on their champion, hoping the king of the gold mine gets to his feet.
Oh, waiting behind him, though, is Big Synn.
Looks like Synn was able to gather his composure. Jimmy Mack crushed between the ring ropes and Synn.
And now look, oh no,
now the Carnival's in there. Big B and Jekyll's bringing the assault.
But here comes War Pig Jody.
Here comes the War Pig. Here comes Keita Murray.
Oh my God,
Bishop. This thing is totally falling apart.
Absolute chaos right in front of us here.
Keita Murray still in there trying to fight off the Carnival. Ethan White knocked off the ring apron.
Here goes Marcus Lewis, and there goes Marcus Lewis.
And again, Big B and Jekyll's making sure that only the Carnival is able to come into play. Looks like MPT has the arms of Frost. What is MPT doing?
MPT, what stake does he have in this?
MPT holding King Frost, and that's it. The bell has rung. Jimmy Mack has called for an ending to this cluster. Keita Murray still trying to get in there to stop it.
Jimmy Mack has called the contest. Referee Jimmy Mack has ended this contest.
The fight continues. Josh, give up. The fight spilling out right here in front of us. All the Lumberjacks fighting each other. Synn still in there, choking the life out of
Jimmy
King
Mack has
Frost.
declared this match a no contest.
This match officially a no contest. And now look at this. Synn and the War Pig.
Oh, look out! Rik Luxury in front of us taking out Keita Murray.
Oh no! Christopherson just knocked Charlie out cold.
We have action
Frost,
all over.
Frost not happy over the fact that Jody just knocked Charlie clean out. Frost incredibly unhappy. These three men were in the center together. And Synn coming from behind, taking everyone out. They're still fighting on the outside.
This fighting right next to us.
It's complete chaos here at the gold mine. It is absolute chaos here in Pacifica, California. Synn, he's stolen the belt. The assault on the Sons of Texas has continued. B, Jekyll, Charlie, and Synn all taking it down to the War Pig Jody, taking it to King Dalton Frost. We were talking about how this war could be close to over, Tony. I don't think we're anywhere close to an end.
This may be the beginning of a new chapter in the raging war between the Carnival and the Cowboys.
I cannot believe what we have seen here in the main event of Gold Rush Pro Wrestling. The love of gold has been intense. No! No!
Oh, God!
Synn splashing Frost! Synn splashes Frost with a belt across his chest!
Jody Christopherson is not moving, and Dalton Frost just had the Gold Rush Heavyweight Championship splashed into his ribs, and right now, the Creepy Show Carnival is standing tall inside that ring.
There is so much to recap over what we just saw. This lumberjack match totally fell apart. Everyone fighting each other from every corner of the gold mine to the other. Jody Christopherson accidentally knocks out Charlie, earning the ire of King Frost, and that's all the Creepy Show Carnival needed in order to pounce on the distraction of the Sons of Texas and take him down, take him out. Frost, he's still your champion, but what condition is he in?
We were hoping this match would come out with a clear winner, and has only escalated the situation.
Frost seems to be stalking us. I don't know. I'm just trying to call it down the middle. I'm just trying to call it like I see it. Don't hide behind me. But I definitely don't need the carnival involved.
We're in trouble.
What's going on here? Please, guys.
We're in trouble.
Nobody's laughing.
No one's
Everybody's
laughing.
scared.
No one's laughing.
We're all scared.
No.
Well, the carnival's laughing. The carnival is laughing. The Japanese stomping jamboree continues for the Creepy Show Carnival.
Jekyll's, Monster Boy Charlie, Big B, and the Nightmare Synn, the God Killer himself, standing tall here as the Sons of Texas finally stirring to their feet after the complete destruction that has taken place.
Well, Christopherson has made it back to his feet. Frost still struggling. The carnival needs to get out of here before this fight takes up one more time. Tony, that is all the time that we have. Any updates that we have for you are going to come online. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Pay attention to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your still Gold Rush Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion,
or Joey Gonzo,
Dalton
on the Daily
Frost.
And Josh Medeiros interrupted us one more time. But again, farewell. Thank you for joining us at the Love of Gold, and we'll see you next month for Gold Rush Pro Wrestling.
See you next time, Daddy.